appointments are lined up.
You waiting for somebody in there?
Got an appointment.
And it's not about what you want to hear, but what you need to hear.
It's not personal. It's strictly business. It's time you and me had a private talk, Winger. Step into my office.
It's Step Into My Office with Michael Lombardi. Mr. Lombardi, we'll see you now.
Oh, yeah. My watch says 2:15 Eastern, 11:15 Pacific time, which means we got some appointments on deck. And this one will start in Las Vegas, and it's a twofer. Both Aidan O'Connell and Gardner Minshew stepping into the office. What do they need to hear?
Well, we got a lot of room in this office, Femi. We got a couch over there, too, that I probably got to sleep on sometimes.
It's a corner office.
Look, I think I think at the end of the day, both of you have to play within the framework of yourself. But I think more than anything, somebody has to become the leader of the team. The team takes on the personality of two people, their head coach and their quarterback. Sometimes the quarterback doesn't have any personality. He kind of blends in. And then a defensive player can take over. Trent Dilfer in Baltimore, Ray Lewis was really the straw that stirred the drink. So both of you have to decide who's going to become the leader, because defensively they don't have anybody over there that's going to take it over. Crosby's a wonderful player, but there's got to be leadership offensively, or else Devontae Adams is going to become the leader, and he's going to be complaining to both of you that he's not getting the ball all the time. So somebody's got to step up, and the only way you can lead is to produce. The only way you can lead is to endear your teammates to a sense of belonging, and you guys have to create that. It has to be created by what you do on the field without making mistakes, without having dumb plays, without putting your team in jeopardy. I think more than anything, if you study the history of the National Football League, more games are lost than they are won. When you give a game away all the time, the Giants 2 years ago won 9 games, didn't play particularly well. They just didn't give games away. Last year, Seattle won 9 games, and when they didn't give the game away with turnovers, they were really good. So what you have to do is play within yourself and hope your defense is good enough. Let's face it. You beat Kansas City in Kansas City on Christmas Day. You didn't complete a pass after the first quarter, and yet you won the game. So for you guys, it's got to be somebody lead and somebody play within the comforts of themselves.
Yeah, as head coach Antonio Pierce told the media, says stop with the baby steps and be the guy is what he's looking for between Gardner Minshew and Aidan O'Connell. Up next, a person who's familiar with the office, used to be in Chicago, now it's moved to Pittsburgh. Justin Fields, new Steelers quarterback. What does he need to hear?
Justin, what you need to hear is tell everybody to shut up. Just shut up. You're competing for a job. You're not competing for the MVP of the league. Don't put anything in front of yourself. It really was unfair to you as a young player that they put that much pressure on you from the outside. MVP voting, leading the Bears to the Super Bowl, doing all these things. You were never ready for that. And it was unfair that people did that to you, with a worldwide leader included. Don't call your boy Danny O back on the phone. Ignore him, all right? What you need to do is just focus on being the best player you can be for Pittsburgh. And you could become the starting quarterback if you do 2 things really well. Protect the football, number 1, and 2, take what the defense gives you. Let Arthur Smith's offense carry it. And then when you have the opportunity to add your flair within it, then add it with your legs and your ability to run, because you can really do some incredible things with the ball in your hands. But you cannot play if you're going to turn the ball over. The Steelers won 10 games last year. They lost to New England. They lost to Arizona. The reason they won that many games, they didn't turn the ball over. They were always in close games. They found a way to win games in the fourth quarter, somehow, some way. They were not talented. They were not the best team, but they made the playoffs. You have to play within the framework of yourself, and you can't turn the ball over. And stop the noise. Don't let anybody, any chance you get to talk to the media, make sure you tell them, look, I'm competing for a job. I don't have a job yet. Make sure you lower the expectations. Make sure you are really doing everything on the field to give yourself a chance to win, but reminding people you're competing.
Watching an interview with head coach Mike Tomlin this past weekend, he was saying that the thing that he liked about Justin Fields was his professionalism and how he's gone about his business, and just kind of continue, which is what you're saying, continue down that road, quiet the noise, just focus on what you can do and protect the football to the best of your ability, and maybe when you look up, you might be the week 1 starter for the Pittsburgh Steelers. All right, let's go to the Rocky Mountains with rookie Broncos quarterback Bo Nix. What does Bo Nix need to hear?
Well, Bo, I think one of the things that you did really well at Auburn, probably almost as good as Caleb Williams, was the ability to make a play after the play broke down. And I think that's going to be your main thing here with the Denver Broncos, because Sean's going to put you in a really good situation. He's going to want you to execute the offense exactly how he tells you to do it. And when the play breaks down, you got to be smart with the football, protect the ball. Again, Denver won a lot of games last year because they didn't turn the ball over. They weren't pretty. Nobody's pretty. I mean, Iowa's the third winningest team in the Big Ten, and everybody hates their offense. Only Ohio State and Michigan have more wins than Iowa does, but yet they get no credit for it because they're boring. Boring's good, and you have to be boring, and you have to embrace boring. And when you have an opportunity and you can make plays on the move and on your feet, take advantage of it. And let Sean run the offense. Sean made a comment the other day about Williams being back to normal, the big back from North Carolina. We know he's got unique talent. We know he can be a really good player, but he was coming off that knee injury, and he wasn't the same back that he was. Averaged under 4 yards a carry last year. You got to ride the big dog and use this good offensive line to help you. But when you have a chance to move around and make plays, that's the strength of what you can do right now. Take advantage of it.
Yeah, Bo Nix around 18-1 to be Offensive Rookie of the Year. That's obviously further down the road there, but the betting market's betting against him. But if he plays within himself, maybe he'll have a lot of success with Sean Payton, who knows a lot about quarterbacks, helping him in his development process. All right, let's go to Los Angeles and Hollywood, where unfortunately we have our quarterback sidelined to injury. Justin Herbert dealing with a right plantar fascia injury. What does Herbert need to hear during this rehab process?
Just do what the doctors tell you to do. What we don't want to have happen is this thing creep back up in March. It creep back up in December or November, late November, where it's going to affect us making that run that we need to do. And I think you can learn from Joe Burrow last year. Joe Burrow rushed back, and he was so preoccupied with being there for the opening game. He played horribly for the first half of the season, and then he got hurt against Houston when he was starting to play better. And I think, to me, the month of September, if you miss a game or two, you got to hope that Ethan Stick can carry the team through it and see what they can do. But don't rush back, because what you need to be is healthy at the end of the year so you can make your playoff run. And listen to the doctors and make sure that you get all the mental reps that you possibly can. Look, this team is going to rely more on the run game than they're going to rely on your arm. That's just who Jim Harbaugh is. So let the offense work for you, not against you. And take all the mental reps that you possibly can, because getting into the right run is really what's going to be the biggest part of your job in 2024.
Yeah, I remember it was a couple of years ago when Justin Herbert was dealing with a rib injury, and the betting market thought he was going to miss the game. He ultimately played against the Jaguars, didn't play so well, trying to gut out through an injury. So just listen to the doctors, like Michael is saying. Final appointment, Matthew Judon of the New England Patriots, seeking a new contract. What does he need to hear here at Patriots training camp?
Well, I think what you got to do is just be a football player and let your agents handle what they have to handle, because you don't want to get fined. You don't want to be as dumb as Hassan Riddick has been. He's going to be fined for almost $1 million as of this week. He's lost a ton of money in the $50,000 a day fines, plus the backup fines that once he's missed a certain point, plus the $100,000 he missed for rookie. So don't be that. Let them come to you. You're a great team leader. You did a wonderful job last year with your injury that prevented you from playing, but it helped Barmore gain that contract because of your leadership. I think that's what you got to do. Take the high road, one more year on the deal, and don't say yes to a bad deal. Don't say yes to being able to guarantee yourself a couple million more. When next year you hit the open market, you could have a huge deal. Don't take any more years. Take whatever they're going to offer you in incentives or offer you in guaranteed this year and move on.
Judon right now owed $7.5 million this season. He's turning 32 years old in a few weeks, so maybe he's looking at this as a potential last chance to get that bite at the apple. No Brandon Ayuk in the office this week?
I mean, he's been in so damn much, I'm tired of seeing him in here. I told the girl not to let him in. I mean, I don't want to talk to his ass anymore. I'm like done with him. Like I told Elliot, I can't. There's nothing I could say to him. I can't get through to him.
Keep him out of the office.
Yeah, I mean, we're not making any progress here. We're not. Yeah. He thinks he's all of a sudden he became Randy Moss.